Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mac here from Crypstar Staking, here for another wonderful episode, crypto episode for you guys. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about a project I've been diving into quite a bit recently. I've been looking into running a validator or a collator for this blockchain, but as of right now, I'm going to explain this video why I'm probably not going to be running a collator anytime soon. However, we're going to be doing a deep dive. I'm going to be explaining to you why exactly I'm bullish on this. It's not quite for all of the reasons you might expect. There's a lot of macro stuff that you guys might not know about, especially about what is going on in Japan right now. There's a lot of things going on in the Japan crypto industry, and in today's video, it's going to be covering that, as well as the Astar blockchain and what exactly is going on with that and why I'm so bullish on it. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right in. But before we do, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button and notifications bell below. Also, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, or X as they want to call it now. Musk will probably change the name tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into the video today. So as you guys probably have seen, Astar has jumped up 12-13% today, and I can pretty much tell you exactly why. Basically what happened was there's a crypto blockchain expo going on in Tokyo, and it's called the what's it called? The Web3, I'm trying to remember what it's called exactly. Keynote in the WebX conference here in Tokyo. So basically what happened was the Prime Minister of Japan went ahead and did a speech, and I found out about this a couple weeks ago, and I was thinking about, like, you know, what kind of news would pump the market, different markets, and I was like, you know, Astar Network is pretty much the main blockchain here in Japan. It has a very strong team here, and I actually met them recently. I went to the Sony event a couple weeks ago, and I met the team, a really nice group of people. And Sota Watanabe is very personable and really friendly, and he has a lot of connections here in Tokyo. So yeah, very excited for the Astar blockchain. And during this web conference, actually, CC, I guess, apparently announced that they're going to go ahead and open shop here in Tokyo. Even though technically they've been open under another name here in Tokyo for almost a couple of years now. They've been, Binance has been operating, under a separate name, but now they're actually officially opening under some Sakura exchange or something. So that was some bullish news for the crypto market in Japan, and of course that led directly to, well, not the only reason, but it's one of the big reasons I think why Astar Network is pumping so much, is because it is the most popular blockchain here in Japan. They have a very large community here, and with all of this regulation, with Prime Minister Kishida-san, he went ahead and announced that Web3 is part of the new form of capitalism. So this was very bullish, especially for Astar. There are a few other blockchains that are popular here, but this is definitely number one, and it's kind of closely related to LF0. So it's one thing that I really liked about it is that a lot of the projects launching on Astar are also doing a similar project or a partner project on LF0, which is another blockchain I'm really bullish on. So yeah, basically why I'm really bullish on Astar is because they really focus on business development, which is something that, you know, Tezos, another blockchain I was really into, they didn't really go into that very much. They don't have a very business oriented blockchain, which I think has been a very big hindrance to that blockchain for a long time. So I've been trying to figure out and look at different blockchains who have much better business propositions, better ways of making partnerships and making relationships with Web2 and also other industries that can actually use NFTs and use crypto to, you know, make a much better product or have a much stronger connection with their end customer. And actually, Astar Network recently has launched a few projects that have really connected with the Japanese public. One, they have launched an NFT on the Kyushu Railway, which is a huge railway company in Japan. And it looks like you're going to be able to go ahead and get this NFT just by going ahead and riding the railway. And I'll try and figure out how to get this, and I'll make a video on it if I can figure it out. They were supposed to release it this month, but I actually haven't found any further information. They did do a pilot back in May, but I wasn't able to go to that event. So once I'm able to get more information on this, I'll let you know. But it's not just this project, this sort of partnership that has really made Astar Network shine. Probably the biggest one is their grant they received from Sony here, and the event was actually at the Sony. I think it wasn't the Sony headquarters, but it was the Sony sub headquarters. So it's like a one train station away from the Sony headquarters, and it's still a huge, really expensive building. And they had a really great event there with it was pretty, I wouldn't say it was a full house. I would say it was about 40% full, But I think that was really good, especially considering the bear market and the fact that, yeah, I mean, it's in Tokyo. So a lot of people who are into the Astar network, it doesn't necessarily mean they can, go on a weekend and, skip out on their family and go to this event. And also, it was a pitching event, so it was mostly for pre-seed investors going to go ahead and looking for projects to invest in. So the event was actually very successful. I think a lot of investors went and found great projects to go ahead and invest their money in. And the Astar team, which I think they recently, due to the recent regulations changes in Japan, a lot of they've actually been able to kind of bring the foundation. I think they were in Singapore, but they actually were able to bring it back into Japan because the regulation has become a lot more relaxed towards Web3 and crypto in the past couple of months, which is actually extremely bullish news for LF0 as well as Binance. Reopening here is going to be really big news. And so I think that combined along with the fact that they have so many partnerships going on, and this isn't the only partnership they have going on. They also have another partnership with something called Karubi. And I don't know if you guys know, sorry, this is in Japanese. I can kind of translate it for you guys. So Karubi NFT potato chips, and they went ahead and sold these in the convenience store. So pretty much every block in Tokyo, you could have bought the Karubi chips and then you could basically fold it in this shape, and then you basically register it with the app, and then you can get the NFT. And of course, this was for a limited time, and I missed it again. But yeah, they were able to do this, and yeah, I think they only did it for about 15 days or so, because I think it was till from the April 12th, and I think it was only till like May 1st or April 31st or something. So yeah, sadly I did miss this, but it was kind of cool. Like, I did download the app and basically took a picture of the chips bag, like folded into a ribbon shape. And down here you could see Watanabe talking about 今回取り組み面白いなどと思った。とりあえず NFT 入るできなく、カルビのポテトチップス食べれば食べるほど NFT が育ちます。So as long as you can go ahead and get your hands on some Karubi chips, you're able to go ahead and get an NFT or raise your NFT. So, and this NFT that you went ahead and received, you can go ahead and show that you are a loyal customer and things like that, and it's all recognized on chain, and you can go ahead and prove that it's recognized on chain with the NFT. So yeah, that's what it basically talks about right here. Anyways, so this is a huge snack company. It's kind of like I'm trying to think. Imagine like Lay chips in the US launching an NFT. That's the kind of size you're talking about. Karubi is that big of a company here in Tokyo. And not just that, like I said, they have Hankyu Railways as well as Sony. So I'll go ahead and talk about kind of the biggest other tech things behind Astar. Astar team, the core team, has probably one of the longest amounts of experience working with WASM and working with EVM interoperability. So they're pretty much the leader when it comes to Polkadot ecosystem and having interoperability with Ethereum as well as Binance and everything like that. So Binance moving here is really bullish for Astar because there's going to be a much stronger relationship between the two. Also, with Astar network going ahead and running WASM, they're going to be the entry point for a lot of other blockchains who don't quite have WASM figured out yet. And you can use both MetaMask and you can use all the normal sub-wallet and all the normal Polkadot system wallets. So Polkadot wallet.js, you can stake using that. Yeah, so that's basically, they're working on interoperability and business development first. That's their main focus, it seems like, at Astar. So yeah, you guys can see if you want to follow Sota Watanabe, he is the sort of, I would say, the leader of the company that runs Astar. So basically the foundation, they have the Astar Foundation, then they have Startail headquarters, and that's here. I think that's here now in Japan. So, oops, I'm not following me up, sorry. So if you guys are really interested in learning more about this, I would definitely, especially if you're planning to visit Japan on vacation, I would definitely follow Sota Watanabe, hit the notifications, because he'll let you know when the next NFTs launch on the next kind of like real life NFTs, like on Karubi or on Hankyu or things like that. He'll go ahead and mention that on his Twitter. So very important to do that. I'm going to try and see if I can get an interview with him maybe at one of the events coming up here soon. I wasn't able to make the recent event with the Prime Minister speaking about Web3 in Japan. I mean, that's like the equivalent of Biden coming out and basically talking about crypto and how positive he is, which might happen, with the re-election. There's some positive candidates that are really positive on crypto, but it's not going to happen for a year or so. Biden's never gonna do that. So the current prime minister of Japan, he seems like he's really open to Web3. Looks like they're working on a revised way to get tax crypto, which is very bullish, especially for me, because it's such a pain to calculate crypto gains here. So a lot of people just hodl and don't even move their crypto. But once the regulation comes about, a lot more people will be down to go ahead and spend their crypto at different convenience stores and stuff. And Japan, it's actually a very cash-based society still, but at most convenience stores on a daily basis, we use a touchless touch NFC cash system. So if Astar is able to get into this and make connections with the convenience stores and the other banks and things like that around Tokyo, they'll be able to use Astar as the actual payment option. And I think he has out of any other blockchain I've seen, he probably has the best connections and sort of the best way to go ahead and make this come about. Now, I don't want to go ahead and just say, Astar Network is the next big thing. There are a few bad things I don't like about it so much. I'll go ahead and mention just the main one here. And you jump over to the collator page, and I actually brought this up to their team. They haven't gotten back to me yet, but there's you have to actually have 3,200,000 Astar tokens in order to go ahead and be a validator on the Astar network and have people stake with you. But that actually equals about $160,000, and the market cap of Astar right now, I think it's around $260 million. But basically, it's quite a large percentage. It's if you think about it, that's almost 0.5% of the current market cap you have to have in order to become a validator. So if they have 100 validators, that means that's 50% of the market cap, right? My math isn't great, okay? So I just kind of did it in my head right now. But yeah, the current circulating supply is completely different. It's only 0.14%, I think, of the current circulating supply. But if you look at it in terms of the amount of market cap you need to own in order to become a collator, it's quite high. So hopefully they'll reduce this in the future, or figure out or make a way so that people can stake and add to the bond requirements, rather than having the collator have to actually stake the 3.2 million Astar tokens by themselves. Anyways, that's pretty much it. They have actually a few other solutions with the Startail Labs down here. You can scroll down to the bottom of their page, Swanky. I'm not going to jump too much into it today, but if you're interested in learning more about Startail Labs, they do have, they've been working on their website, and they also have it in Japanese, which is kind of cool. So I think it's really exciting that Japan is actually able to kind of lead the innovation, especially in the Web3, since America seems to be falling behind. And living here is quite a nice experience. Right now the yen is very, very cheap, so sushi is extremely cheap compared to the U.S. And I love having the national health insurance program. It's very useful to have, especially it kind of forces you to go to use it, so you have to go get regular health checkup and stuff, health checkups and stuff. So anyways, I'm not going to go too deep into that, guys. This is the reasons I'm very bullish on Astar. I actually kind of mentioned this 2 days ago on Twitter, and to a few of my chat groups, and I actually kind of aped in because I knew that this web conference was coming up, and that I figured, yeah, Astar has a huge chance of pumping. And I feel like now that a lot of eyes are on Astar, it has a chance of pumping quite similar to Kaspa, just because the amount of eyes on it are a lot right now, especially here in Tokyo. So if you think in the Western world, maybe, Astar is not that big, well, Japan is now opening up, especially with Binance opening up, and Astar is going to have a huge influx of users, I think, here in Japan. And if you guys didn't know, Japan has a huge amount of savings waiting on the side. Some of the largest savings in the world is here in Japan, because they're very, very, they're all about saving, and they always keep a lot of cash. They don't keep a ton of money in the banks. So anyways, yep, that's it for the video today. You guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for listening in, and yep, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.